What's up, everybody out there? How you doing? Welcome back over here to Peppie's Point of View, and I'm yours truly, Peppie, and we're talking about R&B divas, and R&B diva Aretha Franklin is who I want to talk about right now. I had no idea, and why is it that you guys just now letting me know? R&B diva Aretha Franklin's children, 3 of them, 2 against 1. Well, they're going back and forth over which will is an authentic will, or rather, which will is the authentic will, the true will, right? Is it the 2010 will, or is it the 2014 will? You know, I have some thoughts about this, but before I go into that, let's just go ahead on and just kind of get a little bit of, this article that I stumbled across, because I have some, I want to talk about it. I really, truly do. So we're going to get right into it, okay, ladies and gentlemen. So just bear with me, you guys. Just bear with me, because I want to read this. I want you guys to see this. So this here is according to The Guardian, all right? Aretha Franklin's children to contest her will in court, okay? Now, it says here, a jury is to determine which of the 2 handwritten wills, sorry about that, you guys, which of the 2 handwritten wills found at Aretha Franklin's home in Detroit, Michigan, is the late musician's valid last testament as disputed by her sons. One was found in a cabinet dated 2010, which Ted White II, Franklin's 3rd son, claims is her true will and lists him as co-executor. Kev Franklin and Edward Franklin, her 2nd and 4th sons, say a will discovered in a spiral notebook under a cushion dated March 2014 is in fact the primary will. And the latter, Kev, is the co-executor and will inherit his mother's $1.2 million gated mansion. Franklin, a fiercely private woman, was said to have revisited writing a formal will despite years of ill health. She died in August 2018 at the age of 76. Her assets were to be equally split between her sons until the discovery of the wills 9 months later. Her fortune was estimated at $80 million at the time of her death, but has subsequently been reduced to just under $6 million, given more recent valuations in years of unpaid taxes. A 6-person jury at the Oakland County Probate Court will hear from 3 of Franklin's 4 children. Franklin's first son, Calvin Franklin, who has special needs and lives under a guardianship in an assisted living facility, is not involved in the case. A lawyer for his guardian told the BBC that whatever the outcome, Clarence will receive a percentage of the estate. The purpose of the case, which began on Monday, Judge Jennifer Callahan told the jurors, was to determine whether the 2014 document is a valid will. Handwritten and illegible, they will both be inadmissible in other states, but Michigan law may accept them on the basis of other criteria. Recordings of 3 voicemail messages from Franklin released in the months before her death regarding another will she was preparing have been excluded from the case. Things that make you go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I have an opinion about it, and I'm going to share it. And you guys kind of make me a little tired. And when you make me a little tired, I just got to put that alleged up there. But, I have some questions. Now, my people, why are we not taking care of business? But then I have to think about it. Well, Aretha Franklin, she was taking care of businesses. Looked like she had a will in 2010. It looks like she had a will in 2014. One was in the cabinet. The other one was in a spiral notebook in the couch. Now, these are just my points of view about it, but we're going to dive right into it. First of all, I'm saying to myself, why would there be a will in the cabinet? Was it in a jar? But then I said to myself, Aretha Franklin is 76 years old, or was 76 years old at the time of her passing, which means to me that Aretha Franklin is probably at an age, from a day and time where, that's probably where you put your will. Let's just put it that way. And, who knows? Maybe it's up there in the cabinet way, way, way up there in the cabinet. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody knows that you don't go to that cabinet, you don't touch it. Or maybe it's way up at the on the cabinet, in the cabinet on the shelf, that people know that you have no, what you doing up there. You ain't got no business up there. What's up there don't even pertain to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so maybe that's the reason why she had it in this particular location, because people understood that you just didn't touch those kinds of things. And some people probably respected that from the R&B diva, Aretha Franklin. Okay. But anyway, but then I was saying to myself, you know what? But why in a cushion, in a couch, under a cushion, in a spiral notebook? Then I said to myself, well, you know what? That makes sense. Why? Well, because I'm saying to myself that maybe Aretha Franklin is just writing her thoughts out as she's preparing a new will. All right? That's what I'm thinking. See, now let's talk about this. This here's just alleged. It's my points of view. It's what it is, but I think I make a little bit of sense. Y'all need to listen to me. So I'm saying to myself, I was like, okay, she has a will in 2010. But both of these wills come up at the same time. So the way it reads, they come up at the same time. But everything was supposed to be split down the middle. Now I was watching a news station interview the brother, what's his name? Kelf, who he is the co-executor of the alleged 2014 will, and that will is now the will that they're saying is legit. Okay, so he is the one who's in charge of that will. Of that will as co-executor. So it's already been hashed out. The 2014 will stands. But here's the thing. I had to ask myself, why would she create a new will? And why would it be in a spiral notebook in a cushion of a couch? Well, if she's preparing it, changing the 2010 will, and she's writing her thoughts down, maybe she's sitting on the couch when she's doing it, and she was like, okay, I don't want anybody to see me working on it. Nobody has no business going up under my couch like that anyway, so I'm just going to push it up under there. But I have, plans to revisit my will, because there are some voicemails that the article says that Aretha Franklin is basically saying that she is revisiting her will, but that those things were inadmissible. Okay, so it's possible that the spiral notebook is not necessarily what I want to call a full-fledged out will, and that's the reason why it's not legible and all of that stuff. It's because she is just basically writing down what she's thinking that she wants to change it to. That's what I'm saying. Now, hey, leave it up to the courts. If the court said it's okay and they presented it and it is what it is, and she done wrote it down on paper and you can prove that that's what her feelings were at the time, so on and so forth, and if it holds up in court, then that's what it is. It's just what it is. But now get this. So I was saying to myself, I said, Peppie, what is going on in 2014 for Aretha Franklin to all of a sudden now wants to revisit her will? Then I said, well, you know what? She passed in 2018. And now, word was that Aretha Franklin already was, she was having complications with her health. And so, it was probably more than likely that eventually whatever was going on with her, she was going to eventually, see you on the other side. So I said to myself, like, well, if it's 2010 and Ted is the co-executor, why change it? This is just me. Maybe sometimes, people, when they, do the wheels and all of that stuff, and they think that this person is going to be able to handle this and this person is going to do X, Y, and Z, that's what they do. They go ahead on and they put stuff down, so on and so forth. You understand what I'm saying? And so maybe in the middle of her, sickness, because it's 2014, in 4 more years, she's going to be on the other side. So maybe in the middle of it, maybe she's thinking like maybe there's some things that she wants to change, and she's writing down what she wants to change and all that stuff. Hold on for a second. I meant to do something. Y'all just bear with me. And there's some things that she wants to change, so on and so forth. And she ends up changing them. And it is what it is. I think either way, everything is still good and wonderful. I don't think that we should. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to get some going. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just only right, at this moment in time that I do this. I don't know why I didn't do this in the beginning. Let me put her up here. See, I'm sorry. I want to put a picture up there. So it's only right that she's probably wants to change some things at the time, and that's what she did. She's changing a little bit of what she wants, And maybe she just felt like, at this moment in time that Ted was showing, some signs that she just didn't know if she wanted him, somewhere near or around handling certain things, which brings up why all of a sudden Kelf, if that's his name, I want to call him something else besides Kelf, but I think that's his name. But anywho, sorry, sir, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. But, sometimes, when people, they in their, sickness, if you will, and then maybe Kelf is the one who's probably more caring and nurturing and understanding during that time, and pulling on the heartstrings. I'm just saying, not like that kind of way, but just more, you just never know. The one who you think is probably not the one who really is who you think. You know what I'm saying? And so maybe that's what she was doing, is changing things over to, Kelf. But you still need to take care of business. So here's what I'm thinking, you guys. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just what I'm thinking about this Aretha Franklin situation. What I'm saying to myself is that if everybody, the 4 sons, and it looks like, I want to say that they are going to be civil towards each other. I think so. I don't think that that's what it is. It looks as if before the finding of the wheels that they was going to split everything down the middle anyway. This is what I'm thinking. It's just me. I'm thinking this is all about being in control. That's what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Because if something happened, how did they stumble across the wheels? Is this my question? Like, what was they just going through the house one day and all of a sudden they find the wheel? And said, oh, here it is. And then one found one, and then another one comes up and they found one. Like, how does that happen? Do you understand what I'm saying? Well, child, y'all done already made me tired. And so that's what I'm thinking. But I think it's control. That's what I'm thinking. Because, the royalties, her music royalties will be split down the middle between the 4 children. So this is not about royalties. This here is about the ownership, I guess, of the estate and controlling it. Mm-hmm. That's why I think this is all about. It's about control. And it looks as if Kelf is basically saying, hey, the best man won. I still love you, brother, but I won this one. Now this is probably where things are going to get a little bit questionable, if you ask me. Well, why do I say that? Because I just thought about it. If he, it's kind of like, hey, brother, the best man won in this situation, like I'm the co-executor, then maybe he just want to make sure that all things goes through him. Now, I would hope that when he said he just want to make sure that his mother's wishes, are being considered, I hope so. I hope that's what he wants. But I want these children of hers to be civilized. I really and truly do want them to be civilized. I hope that you guys handle things decent and in order. I hope so. But here's another thing that was crossing my mind about this situation too. Aretha Franklin is such an icon in music, in history. She really is. And I hope, I pray, because just like you have what? Does Prince still have, I guess, is it like a museum or whatever? Does Prince still have that? I think there was question about Whitney Houston. They was trying to do something with Whitney Houston's estate. And then, of course, we have Elvis, his estate, you know. It would be nice though. And I'll pay to go. I really would. If we had an Aretha Franklin museum, I would definitely think that would be awesome, to have. I don't know if it needs to be in her hometown of Detroit. Is it Detroit? Well, her hometown is Memphis, Tennessee, right? Well, anyway. Oh, well, no, I don't know about that. I was about to say somewhere around that. Erase that thought. Not the museum, but the location I was thinking about something. But it would be nice to have that set up, Aretha Franklin's estate, to have like this museum, have her some memorabilia and things like that where people can actually go and visit to basically keep all of this going, her legacy going. I hope so. Now, there were a report in here in the article that I read about her estate being valued at $80 million, and now it's like $6 million or a little under $6 million. I was like, wow, that was a big jump. But she had taxes. I'm not even going to talk about that. But so it looks like she probably owed like $8 million in taxes. So I guess that took a big chunk out of it. And then she had other bills that she was responsible for. So, that happened. That came out of her estate, of course. But I don't think at the end of the day, even if it is valued around a little under $6 million, I can definitely see her legacy, her estate having a whole lot of money coming in from this point onward. I definitely can see that. Hey, you guys, have your museum, whoever's the executive of the executive and co-executive and all that stuff. Hey, do whatever you do what you will. But here's what I do and really truly want to say. People, please take care of business. I know that we don't want to talk about things like this, but it is necessary. And I know that we don't want to kind of play sides. Well, what do you mean? Well, if you are, let's just say typically, you have, let's just say a married person who has acquired a lot, and let's just say, well, let's just use Aretha Franklin. Let's say Aretha Franklin had a husband, and Aretha Franklin has these 4 children, and she has acquired what she has acquired. Eventually, if it's her passing, then people are going to, oh my gosh, it's going to be a headache. And what you don't want to do is you don't want things like this to go to probate court. You don't want these things to go to court. You don't want the court to handle these things. You really and truly don't want to. And I know, as I said, it's a touchy subject, but it's a subject that needs to be touched, because if you don't touch it now and deal with however the feelings are, whatever feelings people have about you touching this situation, about your passing, if you don't do it now, they're going to do it then, and you're not there, and you're just going to leave a big mess. And I understand you probably say, hey, I'm not there. I'm gone. But do you really want all of this to be done while you're not there? Because I'm here to tell you, I know we like to think that people are going to be fair and reasonable, but you know what? You never know what people are going to actually do once they get the money in their hands, once they get the control. You think, even a person probably would think, hey, I am going to do right. Their intentions are probably good, but I'm here to tell you, once they get it in their hands, whatever that thing is, everything that they said they was going to do, they're probably like, well, I thought about it, but I changed my mind. I want to go this way and go in that direction. I'm here to tell you, you just don't know. So it's better for you to go ahead on and deal with it right now and say, listen here. Listen here, Johnny. You have not been responsible with money the whole entire time. You are not. You are always coming to me asking for money, which means you do not have good money management skills. It don't matter. You are not in charge of my estate, baby. I know. I love you. You're a wonderful child. I do, but money management skills you don't have. So you are not going to handle my business, baby. I know, but you're not going to do it. Do you understand? And then you need to go over there to Liz, Elizabeth, and say, Elizabeth, baby, I understand. You handle business. Yes, you do. You are always on your business, Elizabeth. But Elizabeth, baby, here's what you don't do. Here's what you do that I don't know. Baby, you let people take advantage of you, baby. Yes, you do. You are so caring and free-hearted. Yes, you are. You know nobody don't like that husband of yours. You know, nobody don't like that husband. So I know. Jerry, he's a wonderful man, baby. But I'm just here to tell you, he just runs over your little smidge, and he can easily persuade you. So I worked hard for him. I understand, Elizabeth, baby, but you just can't do it. I know. I've seen you in action. But now here, Tommy. Come on over here, Tommy. Come on. Tommy, I can't talk to you either, Tommy, about my estate. I know, baby. I know. We can't. I can't let you. Everybody know you got a habit. We all know. I don't want it going down the toilet. You listen here. So here's what we're going to do. I understand. I know y'all don't get along with what I want to call her. Y'all don't get along with Vivian. Nobody. The four of y'all don't get along with Vivian. You know, she always got something to say. Y'all always going at it with her. But listen here, let me tell you one thing about it. That lady is very independent. She's a wonderful, independent child of mine. And I know is what it is. But you know what she says? She has a right head. She got a good head on her shoulder. She does. She puts you in check about your substance. She tell you how she feel about that husband of yours. And she tell you need to go out there and get a job. That's what she does. So I know. But here's what we're going to do. Since I've acquired all this wealth, and I understand there's going to be some back and forth with you guys. I understand it. She's going to be the executor of my estate. But see, I'm going to leave some rules in place for even Vivian. See, here's what I'm going to tell Vivian in my will. I'm going to say, listen here, we giving out monthly allowances to these people. I understand. Y'all need to tell me now. Because see, and this is how much is going up. This is how much. It's monthly. You cannot get this in advance. No, baby. Because see, I know if you get it in advance, you're going to run over it. You is, and then you're going to come back in Vivian's face, and then you're going to be, Vivian, here's what you do, baby. This is what you do. This is how much I'm giving them. This, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. This is what I want you to do. So on and so forth. Yes, when it's in that's it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, since I got this $1.2 million home, like, this is what I want you guys to do. Nobody lives in it. Nobody can live in my home. I want to. No, it was my home. Y'all go get your own home. But here's what I want to do. I just want to leave my home and the contents of my home in there. Now take all of my personal things out, but you can leave the furniture in it. But my personal things, like all the other stuff, you can do whatever you want to do with it, throw it away, give it to charity or what have you, or better yet, now don't do that. Now, matter of fact, you can do that if you want to. You can leave my clothes in there. I don't know. All I'm saying is that right now, all of that is a part of my estate. And so here's what you can do. Just charge people to come in and see how I was living. Yeah. All my suits and my shoes and my gold and platinum records and all that stuff. And come on in there and see that. But y'all got on my nerve. I understand. I understand. But you know, he got to go. The husband, the wife, got to go. What they can't? You can't live in my home. The home we lived in all these years. I want you out of it too. I do, because see, my name is not Suge Avery. I am not gonna let. You understand what I'm saying? You know, if you watched it, see that you have my deepest sympathy, because not too many women will let their husband lay up in their house. So, ain't nobody living in it. Nobody living in it. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody living in it. I want everybody out. You are free to love again. You're free to do whatever you want to do. What you gonna? No, I'm paying you out. Yeah, spouses get paid out, but I'm sorry. Let me tell you, this is just my mind frame. Spouses get paid out. Yeah, yes, they do. Yes, they do. You gonna have to get paid out. I'm talking about when I come up to this level. No, you're not going. Go get remarried. Live again. I want you. Listen, I know we loved each other. We did. But move on, Martha, move on. That you gets nothing. Find you somebody to take care of you. Smile. I might need to cut this out of the video. Okay, I know. I'm being a little bit silly, but trust me, I simply understand. Basically, what I'm saying is take care of your business. Take care of your business. People are going to be upset. You know, when you're there, they're going to be upset when you away and gone. You know, it is what it is. Just handle your business is what I'm saying to people. You know, and this is all ages. This is all colors. It really and truly is. You know, where you have people going back and forth about things like this. And I know we don't want to touch it, but I'm being silly about it. But basically what I am saying, we need to touch it. We need to touch this subject. Everybody. All right. Well, on that note, I'm at the 30-minute mark. So you know what that means. I hope you are putting your behind where your heart desires to be, because that's what I'm doing. And whenever I leave my mother's presence, she always says to me, baby, remember I love you, but God loves you best. And I am so looking forward to seeing you guys next video. And until then, you know what to do. Take care of yourselves out there.